This talk is a continuation of the previous talk because it is from the same chapter pertaining to smearing cow dung, chapter 7 in the Stri Dharma Paddhatih. In this talk, we will discuss something beautiful. The Shastras have stated in many places that cow dung and cow urine of the Desi Gaumata is the abode of Śri Lakshmi Devi. So first, we will look at the verses which state this, and then we will try to understand how this can be interpreted. What are the properties of Gomaya, because of which we say that there is the presence of the vibration of the Chaitanya of Lakshmi Devi herself. The verses are as follows. Anushasanika Parva in Mahabharata, chapter 81, praises the smearing of cow dung. Shri appeared in the middle of a herd of cows in a beautiful form and said, I desire to live in the Apya Anga of yours. A lot of the interpretations refer to Apya Anga as an unwanted or despicable part of the body of Gomata. But that is most likely a wrong translation. Apya means water and Anga means part. In the earlier video on the advanced science of Varna Dharma, we spoke how different parts of the human body correspond to different elements of the Panchabhutas. Similarly, in the body of the Gomata also, that Anga which corresponds to the water element, Jala Tattva, is the Apya Anga. So, here, Apya Anga is referring to the portion corresponding to the water element, not despicable part. Because in the very next verse, Lakshmi Devi says, for me, there is no part of yours which is bad or despicable. You have embodied punya. You are sacred and auspicious. Please give me a place to stay. Please tell me, where shall I stay? In response, the cows replied, O glorious one, we will definitely heed your request. Our dung and urine are pure and sacred to us. Please stay there. Shri, that is Lakshmi Devi, replied, You have shown me this gracious kindness because of my good fortune. Let it be so. May you be bestowed with happiness and I feel worshipped. The next verse is from the speaker in Anushasanika Parva, who says, My dear son, I have thus described to you the greatness of the cow. We must not desist from using the cow's dung or urine in any way. The concluding verse of chapter 7 in this regard says, Ata eva gomaye nanu lipto deshaha shuchihi lakshmyaha ayatanamiti sarva jananu bhavasiddhim, which means that is why it is known by the experience of all who follow this practice that a place that is smeared by Gomaya is clean and the abode of Lakshmi Devi. The Shastras are again reminding us that whatever is mentioned here as just a single verse or a statement can be known through experience. And that is the only way wherein the more profound aspects of such verses can be understood and made available to others. We will make one such attempt here. When we hold an attitude of reverence towards Gomata and request Śri Lakshmi Devi herself to reveal a little bit about why she is said to be present in the dung and urine of the cow, she might give us a few answers. Those answers can be found by deeply contemplating on the names of Śri Lakshmi in her 8 forms which is uttered as the Ashtalakshmi Stotram. In Chennai, there is a temple dedicated to these 8 forms of Lakshmi. In this temple, each form of Lakshmi occurs at a different level of the building. One has to take narrow stairs and visit each of these forms, starting from Adi Lakshmi at the ground floor to Dhanalakshmi at the top floor. Each level of the Ashtalakshmis represents a different level of consciousness. And based on which level resonates with us, we will have a very unique experience at that temple. This also can be known to all by their own direct experience. Keeping this in mind, we will now explore 1 or 2 names from the Ashtalakshmi Stotram and see how those names might actually be revealing some wonderful properties of cow dung and cow urine that are beneficial to humans. The first name, Adi Lakshmi. One of her names is Hemamaye, which means the golden-hued form of Devi. This is a reference to the presence of Swarnakshar, which means gold salts in cow urine. Studies have indicated that the urine of the Gir cows have the presence of gold ions. Now, these are water-soluble, very minute particles. Do not think of it as solid gold the way we see in ornaments. These are gold salts. And they have a lot of beneficial properties. They enhance the secretion of nitric oxide. They are very rich in antioxidants, and they're very good to build immunity. More than anything else, it has a cleansing effect. Humans can receive the benefits of this either by contact through skin or by inhaling it through the air. The other name of Adi Lakshmi is Moksha Pradayini. And this gives us a hint that Lakshmi Devi, situated at the Mooladhara, is the one who initiates the process of moksha by awakening the Kundalini Shakti. This cannot happen if the subtle cleansing of the Mooladhara does not happen. And that is why gold salts present in the cow urine enables the subtle cleansing of Mooladhara. The next name, Dhanya Lakshmi. Here she is described as Kshira Samudbhava, that is, the one who emerged from the process of the churning of the oceans mentioned in the Puranas. Now, the primary incident which led to the Samudra Manthan was that the entire earth had become infertile and barren. And when Shri emerged from the churning, it was she who revived the fertility of the earth. So Dhanya Lakshmi represents those qualities of Shri that can help to revive infertile earth. And this is known to all the farmers who follow the Bharatiya methods of traditional farming. In fact, it is only the dung and the urine of the Desi Gaumata which are the naturally available methods to revive barren land. This ability of Dhanya Lakshmi is not limited to the earth alone. It also works on humans. That is why daily Go Puja and Go Pradakshina can really work wonders for those who may be suffering from infertility. In Mahabharata, there is an interesting mention where Sahadeva tells Yudhishthira that he knows about bulls, the scent of whose urine can make even the barren bring forth children. That is the Chaitanya of Dhanya Lakshmi. Then there is Dhairya Lakshmi. The very name itself means courage. What is it in the brain and in the body that makes us possible to experience what we call courage? In the brain, it is serotonin. And in the body, it is the other neurotransmitter called norepinephrine. And both these, as we have mentioned in the earlier video on Gomaya Lepanam, these come, or rather are capable of being stimulated by a particular bacteria, Mycobacterium vaccae, present in cow dung. So what we consider as courage can be experienced when we take in the fragrance or even come in contact with that bacteria which is present in Gomaya. That is why she is called Dhairya Lakshmi. Then there is Gajalakshmi. Gajalakshmi is described as Tapa Nivarini and Durgati Nashini. Tapaha, typically we say this means heat. So that's easily known because cow dung is a very good thermal regulator. Anyone who smears cow dung on their walls and floor of the home will know this impact very easily. But she's also called Durgata Nashini. And in Jyotisha Shastra, if anybody is suffering or struggling from Griha dosha, that is problems due to planetary influences, they are recommended to worship Gajalakshmi. So this means that a subtler property of Tapa Nivarini is possible, and that is the ability of Gomata to protect us from external radiations. There are many accounts which state that during the Bhopal gas tragedy, those homes which were smeared with cow dung, or those who were regularly doing some kind of a homa which included the burning of cow dung, were less affected by the poisonous gas. Modern day studies also exist which have shown that dried cow dung cakes have the ability to reduce harmful radiations. Farmers say that this is because the hump of the indigenous cattle has something called the Surya Ketu Nadi. This is the Nadi which is capable of receiving and absorbing all the radiations, not just from the sun, but also from the other planets. That is why Gajalakshmi is also said to be present in Gomaya. Then, if you keep in mind the way we are progressing, we would realize that Dhanya Lakshmi, which spoke about fertility, very likely corresponds to the Swadhisthana chakra, which influences the reproductive organs. Dhairya Lakshmi, courage, is possible because of the Agni in the Manipura chakra at the navel. And Gajalakshmi is probably a reference to the ability to bring to life the features of the solar plexus, the Surya Mandala in the abdominal region. At the next level, we have Santana Lakshmi. Santana means child. And the way Santana Lakshmi is described in the Ashtalakshmi Stotram is by using the names Saptaswara Bhushita, one who's adorned with the Saptaswaras, the 7 swaras. The ancient text called the Sangita Ratnakara mentions that these Saptaswaras are present in the 7 petals of the Vishuddhi Chakra. Petals numbered 8 to 15 carry the vibrations of the Saptaswara. Vishuddhi Chakra corresponds to the thyroid gland at the throat and is capable of influencing the functioning of the thyroid gland. Problems in the thyroid gland will create difficulty for women to conceive. It may also lead to miscarriages, and such studies have been quoted in the book, which is probably why in Ayurvedic preparations for thyroid disorders, cow urine is an active and important ingredient. So that's how Santana Lakshmi is capable of blessing people with children. Then we have Vijaya Lakshmi. Very interestingly and rather obviously, she is described as Anudina Archita Kunkuma Dhusara, the one to whom daily offerings of kunkuma are made. Kunkuma, as everyone knows, is applied on the Ajna Chakra. So Vijaya Lakshmi is the one who's capable of enhancing the vibrations at the Ajna Chakra. We also know this because cow urine is known to enhance the secretion of gonadotrophin hormones, which are regulated by the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, both of which are influenced by the Ajna Chakra. Vijaya here refers to the victory that comes through the dawning of spiritual intelligence, which is possible only when the Ajna Chakra is healthy. Then we have Vidya Lakshmi. She is described as Shanti Samavrata, full of tranquility, and Hasya Mukhe, the one who has a smiling face. These properties perhaps correspond to the marma points above the Ajna Chakra at the base of the hairline called the Kapala Marma, or slightly higher, the Brahmarandra Marma. These have the ability to induce in the sadhak feelings of tranquility and inner quietness. She is called Vidya Lakshmi because of the way she can transform intelligence. See, in Ayurveda, intelligence is the property of Pitta dosha. Pitta means general intelligence. There is a subtype of Pitta called Sadhaka Pitta, and that is the one responsible for spiritual intelligence. In Ayurveda, cow urine is described as having Hridya and Medhya properties. Hridya means it corresponds to the heart. Medhya means it corresponds to the brain. It is Sadhaka Pitta in the heart that converts emotions into compassion. And it is Sadhaka Pitta in the brain that transforms knowledge into wisdom. Real Vidya, as represented by Vidya Lakshmi, is not bookish knowledge. It is wisdom. And that wisdom, by coming in contact with compassion, becomes available to all. So Vidya Lakshmi is the one who is not just wise, but through compassion shares that wisdom. And the cow dung and cow urine is capable of influencing that behavior in a sadhak. Finally, right at the top of the head, we have the properties that are associated with Dhanalakshmi. She is described with certain sounds. Dhimi, dhimi, dhin, dhimi. Ghuma, ghuma, ghum, ghuma. If you utter these sounds, you will realize that there are vibrations created at this region called the Murdhini Marma. This region is also called the Adi Pati Marma, the Pati of Adi. Who is Adi? Adi Lakshmi. So Adi Lakshmi at the Mooladhara, when she races to the Murdhini, she joins with her Pati, who's Vishnu, because that Marma is Vishnu Sthana. It is the seat of the Sahasrara Chakra. And as the sadhak journeys through different layers of consciousness and reaches that place, he acquires the ultimate spiritual wealth. That is Dhanalakshmi. It is not material wealth. such knowledge, which we might happen to just know by scratching the surface of one or two names of Ashtalakshmi, is possible only by the grace of Gomata and Śri Lakshmi who resides in her. This is ample proof that the presence of Shri in Gomaya is not symbolic exaggeration. It is not even metaphorical. It is very real. And as the Shastras say, it can be known to all who approach it with an attitude of reverence. Shri Matre Namaha.